If you want the best identity theft protection, you need fast alerts, comprehensive monitoring, amazing customer support, and a good insurance policy. Yeah, something like this is going to cost a little money, but for most people who want reliable, set it and forget it protection, nothing else comes close. If you're curious about free or niche alternatives, I'll share those later, but Aura is the clear winner when it comes to identity theft protection. And there's a discount link below that will also support this channel at no cost to you. If you're trying to cover your bases against identity theft, it helps to think in layers. Start with identity monitoring. Watch your social security number, driver's license, passport, and other sensitive info against a massive set of data points. But don't overlook the subtle warning signs like someone filing an address change to reroute your mail or trying to attach themselves to your home or auto title. Keeping an eye on these things early can catch a problem before it snowballs. And for finances, it's smart to link your bank accounts, credit cards, or even 401k so you'll get real-time alerts if something looks off. The identity theft protection industry is crowded with services that all claim to be the best, but most of them get confusing with their pricing and features. They'll give you basic credit monitoring on their entry-level plan, even though it leaves you with coverage gaps by only monitoring one of the 3 bureaus, then charge you extra for data broker removal, charge you more for better customer service, and basically hit you with premium pricing for the features you actually need. Aura takes a completely different approach. Every plan, individual, couple, or family, includes every feature. You're not getting a watered-down version and being upsold to access the good stuff. You get 3 bureau credit monitoring, dark web scanning, financial account monitoring, data broker removal, antivirus protection, VPN, password management, and $1 million in identity theft insurance from day one. This is how identity theft protection should work. Now let's get into specifics because there are a lot of reasons why I actually love Aura. Credit monitoring is the foundation of any serious identity theft protection service. Aura monitors your credit files at all 3 major bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, which should be standard but somehow isn't with every service. Here's something crazy. They detect credit inquiries up to 250 times faster than their competitors. We're talking about alerts in 3 minutes or less, while other services are still processing what happened. You've already received an alert, checked your phone, and either breathed a sigh of relief or started taking action. Aura also gives you that satisfying one-click Experian credit lock feature from your dashboard. Pro tip, just leave this locked. If you need to apply for credit, you can unlock it if needed, but leaving this locked provides an extra layer of protection against criminals trying to apply for credit in your name. So anyway, why does this speed matter so much? Because modern identity theft moves fast. Someone trying to open a credit card in your name at 2 a.m. isn't going to wait around for you to notice. Those extra minutes or hours with slower services can be the difference between catching fraud before it escalates and dealing with a whole mess afterward. All right, next up, the dark web. This is often where stolen personal data ends up, traded between criminals like any other commodity. It's not a place you want your information showing up, but the reality is that breaches make it more common than most people realize. In our own testing, Aura consistently flagged way more alerts than competitors, at times nearly a 40-4 difference compared to services like LifeLock. Another area to pay attention to is data brokers. These companies collect and sell your personal details, addresses, phone numbers, even your buying habits to anyone willing to pay. The tricky part is that opting out isn't something you can do once and forget about it. Your information tends to pop back up, which means the process needs to be repeated if you want lasting results. We saw this firsthand when some removals got relisted and Aura automatically resubmitted the request for us. When we first tested it, we were removing from about 30 broker sites. Over time, that number crept up as Aura expanded coverage, and today they monitor over 133 brokers. The dashboard makes it easy to follow along with clear status updates for every request, pending, in progress, or completed. Taken together, this adds up to something most people can't realistically manage on their own. Aura didn't just make the process easier, it made it effective. Between finding dark web alerts that competitors flat out missed and keeping persistent pressure on data brokers, Aura stood out as the best tool we tested for shrinking your digital footprint and regaining some control over where your information is being traded and sold. Identity theft insurance is another piece most people forget forget until they need it, and not something you can sign up for after the fact. If identity theft ever does happen, it's not just about lost money, it's the legal fees, missed work, and refiling of endless documents. That's why it is worth paying attention to what's actually covered. Aura's plans reimburse stolen funds, help with legal expenses, and cover out-of-pocket costs so you are not left on your own to clean up the mess. I've never had to actually use this insurance myself, but I've read the fine print extensively and feel pretty good about my coverage if anything really did happen. Customer support is just as important as coverage. When identity theft hits, the last thing you want is to be stuck on hold with someone who can't help. Having access to a team that's available 24/7, knows the process inside and out, and can even get on three-way calls with banks or creditors makes a huge difference. Recovery is stressful. Having someone guide you step by step can turn a disaster into something you can manage. Finally, don't forget device security and privacy. Good antivirus, a reliable VPN, and a password manager protect the places identity theft often starts: your devices and online accounts. If you've got kids, parental controls and safe gaming features can help you set boundaries and keep an eye on digital well-being. And for everyone, blocking trackers and limiting how much of your browsing data is collected helps cut down on future risks. Think of it less as extra features and more as building a safer online environment for your whole household. Now, let me address those alternative approaches I mentioned at the beginning. While Aura is the best comprehensive solution for most people, there are situations where specialized tools or free options might make sense. If budget is a major concern, remember, I do have that discount, but you can start with free tools like Have I Been Pawned, which tells you if your email addresses have been involved in known data breaches. It's not proactive monitoring, but it's a good starting point for understanding your exposure. For data brokers buying and selling information, specifically Optory offers free scans that show you exactly what personal information is being sold about you online. At the same time, good habits go a long way. Unique passwords, two-factor authentication, limiting what you share online, and keeping an eye on your credit and bank statements. The reality is, though, relying only on free or manual tools turns into a part-time job. You have to monitor multiple sites, interpret alerts, stay on top of opt-outs, and keep pace with evolving scams. Most people start strong, but life gets busy and things slip. Passwords get reused, alerts get ignored, and warning signs get missed until it's too late. That's why professional protection services exist. They handle the constant vigilance most of us realistically can't. For me, this is where Aura comes in. They deliver fast alerts, full spectrum monitoring, strong support, fair pricing, and the insurance backup you hope you'll never need, but will be grateful to have if something goes wrong. Beyond features, what you're really buying is peace of mind. The ability to shop, bank, and live online without constantly second-guessing every move. If your goal is to simplify protection while actually staying safe, Aura is the clear choice.